How much do you care about Fadebolt as a Terrorblade? Just I know he's banned, but out of curiosity.
I mean,
it's percentage-based damage, right? Which is basically
it's pretty
all
good.
of Terrorblade.
It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Like it's hard to siege against a Rubik. Rubik also can steal like Fissure, for example, and just clear all of your illusions with like 2 nukes and clear the wave. So Rubik's actually just such a good hero right now, even without these like TPs.
Remember when I said the save from Pudge Shard would be great this game for Bat? You got Rubik now, my friend.
Can you lift the person who's lassoed? Wait a minute.
Why not?
Why don't you just lift Batrider then?
No, that's not as fun.
Because
damage reduction. That's why.
Okay.
Damage reduction.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I feel like the guy.
To that.
All right.
And he might not be in range for Batrider all the time. You know, not everybody has quick fingers like Jenkins these days.
Okay.
You know?
So the guy that's like
we're getting old.
2 inches away, you'll go for that guy instead. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
I think it's 80% damage reduction. I mean, that's pretty legit, right? Or am I thinking of lassos? Or
I actually
the
was
lasso shard. I don't know.
I actually was playing with Monster a couple of days ago, and he bought the Ag shard on Batrider and lassoed me into the enemy fountain. So I was not too happy about that. I actually really hope they lose.
Great damage reduction. You're fine.
I got griefed by 2 players on 5ManMidas.
Is that the game you were 1-17 in? If so, then you probably deserved it. Let's be real.
No, we were owning that one. So he fountain killed me. The classic.
All right, so if you had to pick a draft right now without looking at who the players are and on the teams, who would you feel more confident with the first 3?
I see Batrider, and I just see it's the best hero out of the 6. So I would pick the Batrider team probably.
I'm going to say Zoomers. I mean, I feel like they have just 3 really OP heroes. Like 5ManMidas has this Veno is okay, and then I think Rubik's good and Void's OP. But like Enchantress, this is the 5. Earthshaker, this is the 4. I don't think there's a better 4 than Earthshaker, legitimately. Even Rubik, I think the Shard is too OP, and then Batrider's just like unbelievably OP. And I think EG showed us all how OP this hero is, even just throwing it mid every game against counters. Like you pick Legion, who cares? Who cares? Batrider just farms.
Sunsfan, why are you groaning about Legion Commander?
I hate this hero so much.
But she
Needs
has
to
a
be
purge.
redesigned.
Sunsfan,
Please redesign this hero.
Purge is the lasso.
She's a core with a purge.
This should not be a pick. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not going to rage. Okay, I'm going to say it very calmly. There should not be an off-lane hero that you pick simply because it has a purge. That's her literal existence, especially when she has a spell called Duel, which has so many applications. You know, it's a huge lockdown. It's a great spell. You literally have to buy Link. Who buys Lincolns these days? You have to buy it against Legion Commander if you're scared of her killing you, which you won't be in this game because she's picked for press the attack. So no, I don't like. She also doesn't ride a horse, and she doesn't have a mustache like in Dota 1. So not acceptable.
Is there like a bot we can get in chat that you just type in like / Legion Commander and just get the full rant from Sunsfan? Just like link a clip.
Big old copy paster right there. Yeah. Here comes Medusa. She seems to be trending this week. You know, Alchemist was all the jam, week 2 and 3. Now Medusa, EG pulled out in their 2 games in their past series against Undying and Crush, with Arteezy, and it was their farm, right? Their practiced farm patterns. Even when they were losing fights, they were somehow up 5K in net worth. Maybe for Zoomers watching, taking note, and trying to see if they can emulate a bit of that. I mean, they have the Batrider and the Medusa. That's exactly what EG played in both games, Batrider, Medusa.
I know Sammy talks to Arteezy a lot, and he kind of like mentors him, and I know that Sammy like looks up to him as a player and will watch like all of his replays and stuff, so I could 100% see Zoomers just like basically jacking this from EG. Like they I'm sure they just studied that replay, and they're basically like doing their own take on it, which is really cool because Arteezy has been spamming this Medusa hero, and I suppose like it takes dumpstering with it in like actual competitive against a top tier team for people to realize like, hey, maybe you actually can just second phase or even first phase this hero like every game. This is how Medusa always slowly works her way into the meta. Is just last pick, second phase.
All right, draft has quickly come together, gentlemen. You know, Beastmaster to finish out for 4 Zoomers. They look like they have a pretty meta star-studded lineup, but Ricky, as the final pick here, Suns fan, a hero you love, but do you love the whole lineup from 5ManMidas enough to back him up?
I sure don't, but I would like to see Ricky go for. I haven't seen this yet. I know everybody's going Battle Fury into Ags. I would love Battle Fury Diffusal Ags this game just because of the Medusa. But no, 4 Zoomers game 1.
Jenkins?
I'm going to go Zoomers too. I think their lineup is just a lot more well-rounded. They have a lot more of the OP guys, and they have this new meta Medusa, so I think they got this.
All right. Well, the panel seems pretty convinced it's going to be 4 Zoomers on this one. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case. We throw to a break, but when we come back, it's Trent and GoDz to bring you the cover.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is week 4 of the DPC here in North America. I'm GoDz. Joining me is Trent.
Hey.
Excited to be here, week 4.
Yeah. Yeah, the Zoomers versus 5ManMidas. NA, it's been very, top heavy, let's say. Yeah, I think you guys have all checked with Wikipedia lately. It's a little green on one side, red on the other. And 5ManMidas, I'm hoping they can turn around here today. I think they've been pretty exciting. The Zoomers, they've been a little shaky lately. They got to kind of get back in the groove. So kind of a good moment for both teams.
Yeah, to the extent it's being kind of top-heavy and bottom-heavy, kind of for Zoomers, it's the one team that is in the middle of the pack, but that is partly due to the fact they face some of the stronger teams.
Winning.
Yeah, I got some games needed to get their confidence back up here. Now, that's the plan, right? Take some wins, and then 5ManMidas, they're looking to capitalize on their current state of weakness. We'll see if they can do it. But they do have the stand in here, as you guys can see. Sir Lucifer's Dance, friend of the show of Jenkins, sounds like. So, we wish him good luck in his standingness.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to make things a bit rough for 5ManMidas, losing a pretty key player, your mid laner, and also just the fact you now have your lanes being swapped around. They couldn't get a mid laner to stand in, so they're, sending Monster over the mid lane.
Man, I know these guys are really good at Dota, but I hate playing other lanes. I don't know. Mid, I can do everything but mid. Mid is just not my jam. I don't know. It's just, you'd think it would be exciting because it's 1v1 and everything, but sometimes it just feels a little bit boring. I like the excitement of the side lanes, Hopefully Monster's into it, though. Maybe he's a born and bred, ready for the mid lane kind of guy.
Maybe it's, like you say, a challenge that's going to hype him up as well. It's all right, you're now versing Gunner in a 1v1 mid. You're usually an offlaner. It could psych him up, so... Let's hope it goes that way. As far as the two teams' drafts, what big worry for me with the 5ManMidas draft is they don't have much push or pressure against a team with Medusa. One of the things we saw on Dying really lack in their games was just the ability to pressure towers. And I feel like that's the same case here for 5ManMidas.
Yeah, and even though the Zoomers have this Medusa who they can kind of lean back on if they want to, they actually have lots of pressure too. I mean, they have Enchantress at Beastmaster, so these early towers, you might lose them with one wrong maneuver as 5ManMidas, and then suddenly your game of trying to slow down Medusa gets very difficult.
Yes, so we'll see if 5ManMidas themselves have caught much of those Medusa games and get any ideas as far as how to deal with it. Right now, the Legion Commander, Rubik lane, I don't feel like this is a lane that's going to cause Medusa too many problems in the laning stage.
No, I wouldn't say so. She is definitely the hot topic right now, though. I got to say, drafts are ending in all the regions right now. You get to that 9th, 10th pick, and a lot of teams are popping out the Medusa. She's showing up everywhere.
We'll see if that's a trend that continued onto the major. I wonder if there's going to be a patch before the major itself. That'll be interesting to see. Maybe like a small balance patch?
Yeah, I think we'll probably get a small balance patch, just because there is a decent time between, right?
Yeah. And I think there'll be so much gameplay to kind of understand which of the heroes that need some slight buffs or nerfs. Top lane, a lot of back and forth being traded as Lucifer's stance gets very low, as does Husky, but the Enchantress 5 taking damage is not really something to be too concerned about.
Yeah.
And they also get a D-ward.
Yeah, I think he was expecting to find one in the camp, but I just peered over. I think it was actually outside the camp anyway, so Aches are just going to try and... maybe body block it? I don't know. It's kind of a tough call, right? Because on the one hand, you're the off lane. Yeah, he's going to body block it. But on the other hand, it's the Ench, right? So...
I also love the evolution of these pulls. Like what Husky does there, he does the small camp pull slightly late so the range creep dies instantly.
Yes.
These small little plays.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's doing it nowadays, so it's not really worth hyping up too much, but it's just one of those small details that you see almost every support do when they pull.
The side lane improvements have been absolutely massive, just in the past like year and a half, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
if you miss just one contest on like a hard camp, it feels like you kind of like lost the lane as a position 5 and as the carry. Like if they get that one side pull off, depending on who their heroes are, sometimes can be like almost impossible to get back into the lane together.
Yeah. Right now, 5ManMidas are like dedicating both offlane heroes to just deal with this Enchantress, while Medusa's just free farming creeps underneath the tower. Sammy misses one, but is still top CS and having a great time up here.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff. I think a lot of people are a little confused about Ench because they just see the dispel. Oh.
Gunner with the fissure is going for this kill. He may die for this one. Yeah, he's committing very hard. Gunner doesn't have a salve. He does have the bottle charges. They'll keep him alive. Monster has to be a little bit careful. Ocean's still lingering around, trying to catch him from behind here.
Well, good call from Gunner considering the vicinity, but now in comes Ocean.
Trying to see if he can snipe him.
Yeah, he's doing some quick maths here, and he's like, not quite. Yeah, not gonna be able to get it, but that's all right. Didn't cost him all too much, and fully push Monster back to have to salve back to the tier 2. But yeah, if you guys want to learn how to play Ench just in any pub, like don't worry so much about the dispel and everything. This has been a great example by Husky of how much control he has over this top lane with almost no help from his position 1.
Yeah,
and there you
I don't
go.
think
Gets
he's
a courier. You know.
He hasn't actually enchanted a single creep, I don't believe, on the Enchantress.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think because they've been blocking that. And yeah, okay, there's his revenge. So that was actually Rubik getting his courier, and now he gets Lucifer's courier right back at him. So speaking of Rubik, he's sitting under a ward here. Acer spotted on the top rune, but the mids have gone bot.
Yeah, so we'll see if the gamble pays off. It does not, as Forzumas won't be getting the rune.
Instantly dispel the DD off Acer.
Oh, the perfect voice line to go with it as well. Definitely a very experienced Enchantress player. This is kind of like the Husky classic, it feels like.
Oh yeah, Chen and Ench, right? Like that's pretty much all I think about with this guy.
And yeah, he is doing a fantastic job up top. Sammy Boy is just having the easiest lane so far, which you've got to be a little bit worried about if you're 5ManMidas. Even though things across the board, no kills, pretty even on gold, the CS kind of points to Forzum is slightly ahead. It's more just the fact that, you know, the probably hero that form is most important on Medusa is having such a free lane.
Yeah, Lies is also having a pretty good time on the Ricky down bottom. Unfortunately, Beastmaster is too, despite the fact that this Earthshaker has been pretty absent, right? Like, I mean, we've seen Ocean mid a lot as he's currently getting run down by a level higher Veno.
Okay, so he's going to come back. He didn't want to TP because he wanted to secure the bounty runes, it looks like, so he'll be just fine. Elsewhere, Husky trying to snipe a bounty rune top one, get it. But yeah, no, things pretty calm laning stage. Are we looking at any rotations anytime soon from either of these mid laners, do you think?
It's got to be Monster, not only because he's Void Spirit, because he's an offlane player. You know, he's going to be more keen to do stuff with these levels, whereas Gunner is just going to be like, okay, well, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to get my bots here.
And keep farming as the Bat Rider meta has been.
That is not a kill down bottoms. We got another deny, so we're still looking for first blood.
Yep. Perhaps. I was going to say perhaps the top as they keep trading blows, but no, neither team really. Like Medusa versus Legion, these are just heroes that don't have the highest kill threat. But Ricky with the Orb of Corrosion and now Boots coming out, the kill potential is definitely there for 5ManMidas, and I feel like with the Void Spirit, you mentioned it is a Void Spirit plus a level 6 Ricky. They're going to have a lot of potential to start making some moves and getting some kills on the map.
Yeah, and then Ricky has this, like, I don't know, this issue, some Ricky players lately, of, like, getting Battle Fury and participating too much. So I'm curious if Lies will, like, fall into that trap or if he'll just, like, try and be Medusa. Because, honestly, like, Ricky late game's terrifying right now. And another TP out.
TP out, yep. Just Veno things. Playing that 5-position Veno, trying to get kills.
He did not salve up or anything, though, so he actually comes back still kind of low, and of course they saw him walking here, but Lies not able to regen up in time for like a counterattack or something, so won't be punished.
Top lane, they almost got a kill on Lucifer, but he gets out of there. Husky finally picking himself up a creep and has a couple of different neutral camps to play around with now.
And level 7 Gunner mid, though. Still, is he not even holding the point? Nope. He is just farming. Not going to go for any sort of a cheeky play on the Void Spirit.
Monster's kept up, though. He's level 7 himself, so he's not being that like he's only slightly behind on XP, and that's against a Batrider who's farming up jungle camps as well. And it looks like Monster's going to make his first rotation towards the top lane. I believe it got spotted by a Dire Ward, unfortunately, so they should know this is coming. Husky's going to scout him out and then just back off, perhaps just throwing away his life.
Yeah, I think he's got him though. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure if that ward. Maybe that ward didn't see him with the angle he took until he got like right to the top of the stairs or something. Because yeah, he looked a little caught off guard there.
It might have been a little bit too late, and it was a first blood, so it's a decent chunk more gold. But also, what it does, it secures him this top tower. Husky secures the last heat using the Wild Wing Ripper.
Wait,
Nicely
what?
played. So
I can't believe. Okay, I just assumed that when the Medusa back, I didn't even look at the tower. Wow. All right, that's
Yeah.
nuts. An 8-minute
I
tower
guess-
with Medusa Edge.
yeah, that seemed. I guess that's why he just hung around there to
Yes.
happily throw away his life, because he wanted to keep the pressure on that tower.
I think you're exactly right. That's definitely worth. Man, clearing that
Yeah.
tower this early from Medusa, it's gonna be so hard to get into that jungle now. I mean, Lies takes the opportunity though and says, "Well, I mean that tower's gone. They're pressuring me, so I'm out of here."
I feel like you never see teams take the safe lane tower. It's usually what you're seeing now, which is 4Zumas pressuring the off lane. So yeah, very interesting turn of events. That really shows how badly that Rubik plus Legion lane was doing, unfortunately.
Now Lies is just on an island up here. You better hope he doesn't need any sort of assistance.
No.
That's for sure.
They're going in on Gunner in the mid lane, but they can't even pick him off. That was a big... 4 heroes rotated towards the mid lane to try and get that kill, and Gunner just travels his way out of there.
Look, guys, it's a 6-minute Necronomicon. Would you believe it?
That's a little bit scary.
That's the patch.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Uh.
under attack.
I think it was here by 6 minutes.
Huh?
I'm just gonna assume it was by the time he popped it and everything.
Yeah, I feel like this Legion's probably thinking, man, I probably should have leveled up overwhelming odds at this point. Tier
Yeah,
2
I
tower
guess
bottom taking damage.
didn't want to just get like
Wow.
poked down by the Medusa constantly.
Yeah. It doesn't really help you in lane, I get that. Boots travel in. They're going to come look for the kill on the Rubik. Onto the board. Gunner's there. That's going to be an easy first kill. Can he get more? He's kind of low. He goes in for the lasso. The Resty attack already coming out here, but Lucifer's Dance is in a bit of a tough spot, surrounded by four Zumas heroes. And the rest of 5ManMidas can do nothing except scurry the hell out of there.
Looks like he thought they had a lot more damage to throw in there if he jumped in, but not quite. I mean, Shu is still just level 4 in this Veno. Not that it's that surprising. I mean, he's playing like position 5 here, so. Same boy basically
Flops on
bullying
mid.
Monster out. Now, yeah, they're just in the mid lane. What are you guys going to do about it? Ocean's guarding with the Fisher. He's gone for the 2 points in the Fisher, not the Aftershock points, actually.
Are fortified.
Well, I've seen some take 2 in Fisher and then max Aftershock, so maybe that's all he's doing.
See if they commit for this tower with the Beastmaster summons and everything going on here. There's going to be a fight around that top rune, but Sammy Boy able to disengage. Does have the Stone Gaze if needed. Now the siege creep coming in, so we'll see if 5Midas can deal with this one. It does look like 4 Zumas are going to kind of back off a little bit and not hard commit with the siege wagon.
Yeah, it's like, how many of their heroes can we tie up mid while Gunner still farms? Or maybe Ocean gets a little bit of farm. Like, Ocean sees this bottom lane. He's an Earthshaker coming up to that 11 to like 15 minute mark. This is where you want some free gold on Earthshaker.
Yeah, he's not been that greedy shaker. Like, we saw Crit getting, like, at this point, Crit had like 1,700 gold the other day when he was playing Earthshaker, but Ocean going a bit more team-oriented with the Tranquils, the Windlace, even picks up some other, Raindrops, Sage's Mask. He's getting a lot of smaller items, so we're looking at a later Blink Dagger, but a much higher early game impact.
Yeah, I think he envisions himself hanging behind a core a lot of the time right now. Just lurking.
Well, things are not looking great for 5ManMidas. It's well, Sammy, yeah, I'm guessing you saw that too.
Hey, you gotta tell those creeps his boss, that's all.
Yep. Didn't actually get the Stone Gaze onto them, I don't think, so. But, yeah, what do you do? Are you looking to try and invade and get the Medusa, or are you just trying to win the fights away from the Medusa right now, do you think?
Well, what is our big helper? Probably the Yules, right? I guess the question is, can Monster just get like one kill without the Yules? That would be great. I think hunting Brax is kind of tempting with at least one smoke, just because like Beastmaster kind of relies on you like running out of smokes in some ways, right? With like the Hawks and stuff, so he's kind of juicy because he's gonna be playing next to Lucifer the whole time. At the same time, Husky though is 700 HP. So here's the smoke, and looks like Husky will be the prey.
It's not the kill you want to get, but it's the kill that presents itself. I'm sure Husky's, you're saying like great, guys. I tanked the smoke gank. This is good for us because if that smoke gank went bottom and got Brax and Ocean, I feel like that would have been a much better pickup for 5ManMidas.
And now Shu actually is the TP top to assist Lies versus Gunner, who did pop a dust.
Fissure bottom into a roar. They're going to TP in with the Bat Rider, and they're going to get the kill with Gunner, you know, TPing in just for some XP.
That means he's not going to be able to become mid, though. Sammy's getting pressure. I don't think they have the damage. Yeah, everyone else is backed away from here.
You know, they don't know the Stone Gaze is on cooldown, so...
That's true. Yes. Aha.
Oh, Gunner does a really cool play. He grabs the creep wave from behind the tier 1 tower here, too. Unfortunately, the Hulk kind of messes with it, but... that's going to help keep some of the pressure off that tier 1 mid tower and allow 4Zoomers just to stay more in this bottom jungle rather than defend the mid lane if they can just pull that creep wave.
Ooh, Monster.
Does a good job of pressuring.
It's very bold walking up there. I mean, I guess with no lasso, he's feeling a little bit safe, but...
Yeah, no lasso, no roar for now. And Lies is just playing the farming game, so Ricky going for that. Let's not get involved in kills. Let's just get Battle Fury and try and outscale a Medusa, which... You know, I think you kind of mentioned Ricky late game is very scary. I think the bigger problem isn't whether Ricky can outscale Medusa, it's the fact that all your other cores are having really bad games.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 Dire cores are ahead of all 3 Radiant cores, which is obviously a very unfortunate situation at this point of the game. But kills are the best way to come back into it. Kills, objectives, shrinking the map, and a tier 1 tower will do that for you. They're getting this with pretty minimal resistance right now. Can they escape will be the question.
It seems like 4Zoomers happy to not force this too hard, but they are going to look for the kills in the side lane. Ricky, it's, you know, we talk about they're all in on this. Ricky just outcarrying Medusa.
Well,
And, that is not the outcome you want.
Sometimes you trade your tier 1 mid for a tier 2 bottom, an outpost, and a Ricky kill. So just more advantages here for the 4Zoomers.
Yeah. As much as we sometimes hype up the importance of these tier 1 mids, that is a cost probably not worth it. Lasso top. Gunner could be in some trouble. Nice flame break. Pushes Extra away, who was about to lasso him, I want to say. The stolen lasso. And it looks like 4Zoomers going to go back mid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Necro 3 already up.
Oh, swing and miss on the Remnant. Another tower bites the dust here. All 5ManMidas. It's not looking so hot.
Yeah, it's looking like a stomp. It's a 4 kills to 2 stomp right now, but what is it, do you think, that kind of sets these teams apart? Like, why is 4Zoomers just doing so much better right now? Like,
I think the top lane was pretty brutal. That's like, just Husky kind of destroyed 2 of their heroes. You know, like they could not get anything on this Ench, even though they played some of the parts really well, like the creeps and everything. Like the fact that he didn't even have creeps and still bullied that hard, it's pretty brutal.
no, Husky going to run in looking for a bounty rune. He gets baited by the Ricky, who tries to turn him, but Husky with a lot of heal. He's got a hood as well. Husky, he's still alive through all of this, and with the stolen lasso onto Brax, it looks like Brax is going to go down, throws out the roar. It seems like 4Zoomers, the only play here is to maybe back off out of mana on the Earthshaker. They can't really force this fight. They don't have Medusa here, and
Hey,
a nice little pickup for 5ManMidas.
yeah, they'll take it. I think it's just the concept of like empty kills and everything is something that like the Zoomers, every time they were doing something, it had this really good purpose. Like this Beastmaster pushing bottom. I mean, first off, Beastmaster, Earthshaker are like 2 of the best heroes in the patch right now. So getting those 2 like in a lane together versus a relatively weak support in the Veno 5 too, and just like overturning that lane and taking that bottom tower, taking the top tower, like everything that could have gone well for them that in the first 8 minutes pretty much did. And that just makes your game so hard for 5ManMidas.
Going for the 16-minute rune. It's going to spawn top. Monster grabs the Arcane Rune, wants to turn on Gunner. He's got the BKB, but Gunner's holding onto that one while he gets healed. And now they will turn as Monster needs to be careful. He gets lassoed here. He's in all sorts of trouble. Flame break up in a couple of seconds as Gunner could go fishing with a pushback. Doesn't find Monster, though.
I'm a little surprised he didn't just BKB during that assimilate and try and kill him. I thought he had him. Like how fast he is. I guess he didn't know necessarily how many steps were left, maybe.
It seems like the call is, let's just play it safe, keep farming, because they're playing, like, this is the reason I feel like this gold, partly why this gold is so big, is because 4Zoomers are playing in all 3 lanes. Usually, like, you get ahead, you still only play 2 lanes. They had Shaker top, they have Beastmaster bottom, they had Medusa in the jungle. They're playing 3 lanes plus the jungle.
Yeah, 3 lanes and a jungle. They've got 4 lanes happening here. Medusa's farming it all up in there.
It's some of, like, the greediest play that you usually never get away with, but 5ManMidas are just unable to punish it by finding the kills you need.
Yeah, especially any of the important kills.
All Are they going to TP and Toppy? Maybe has an idea that Shu is nearby, but it's like 5ManMidas is going to back off. I mean, at some point, 4Zoom is just going to be so much stronger in terms of levels and gold. They're going to roar down bottom and see if they can get a kill on Monster here. The follow-up is there from a Fissure and the Blink
man.
Shaker.
And they just smoked top, too. Underneath the Hawk, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they just saw it as well. So.
And
Yeah.
catching Gunner here is not very easy. They could
They
try
need
and
this kill,
telekinesis
though.
into a duel, yeah.
Because Lies has his Battle Fury. He's not farming for this.
And Gunner just BKBs. Even if they got the duel there, though, I don't think they have much damage to go through it. And he's going to look to turn and fight. Doesn't have any teammates TPing in.
All right,
He's
Gunner.
still, you know,
Okay.
Gunner's... He's getting one. He's going to kill Lucifer's, it looks like. Yeah. 1 versus 3. Meanwhile, his team is pressuring a tier 3 tower bottom. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty dismal as
All right, well.
Blink Echo. Yeah. Okay, turnaround. Shu shows up with a kill.
He went in.
Monster, yeah, he's just going to go in aggressively.
I like this guy.
And it's working. He's manning up with the Stolen Fissure as well. Great play from Axer. The Rubik's helping turn this one around. Shu gets off a nice ultimate as well. The Poison Nova just wreaking havoc, and 4Zoomers perhaps biting off a bit more than they can chew here.
I think they are, Mad Husky. That's the problem. The old turn and burn from Monster. That was very impressive. I mean, sure, perhaps it's like a little bit, oh no, oh Monster, no. Come on, man.
Well, you know,
he's got more
there's
jump.
just enough time for Gunner to show up, and Monster, yeah, does get away from that one. Okay.
All right, just further baiting more plays of the Zoomers. Excellently done, Monster. Well, it's a little, you know, it's obviously it's not great. Sammy Boy is still farming the entire time. 0-0-0 Medusa, 230 last hits. This
I feel like
is
this is
Sammy
kinda-
Boy's dream. This is every carry player's dream. What's wrong with you guys? Just go play
do
Diablo.
you think every carry player likes these games? So don't you feel like you want the game to be closer so you can have an
It's-
impact? It feels like
it's a high
you're going to win the game.
It's like 80% of carries just want this to be
Sure.
their game. They literally just want to hit creeps until they have like 4 items and they show up and they go, oh, don't worry, guys. I've got it covered. Wait, where's my Aegis? Okay, now I've got it covered.
But you're going to get 0 credit for the win because they managed to get this 10k gold lead and basically, you know, they haven't won the game yet, but put themselves in a position to win the game without it.
Hey, I saw Sammy Boy drawing some lines. All right, you know, this is the thing, but when you're captaining sometimes as a carry player, you can just jungle the whole time and still direct your team.
Okay.
Next level strats.
He's the directing the pawns around.
Yes, yes. Go, my subjects. All right, Gunner. You want another one up here? This time it was only a 2v1.
Yeah, they're going to go for this
Now we got
again.
3.
It's another 3v1. They get the jewel up before the BKB this time, but the Fissure is there. Blink Totem. Oh, it's not going to come in time. Nice Stolen Fissure. Once again, Ixter stopping Ocean from getting the save off there, and they're going to get 2 kills. So suddenly 5ManMidas have come online a little bit, but bottom lane not looking so hot as Lies on the Ricky taking quite a bit of damage. Does get away, and 4Zoomers are just playing a bit too greedy and a bit too split up, it feels like.
Yeah, this is that punish you were describing about, like, how can they be so spread on the map and nothing happens? Like, finally things are starting to turn a little bit their way on the side of 5ManMidas. Perhaps just because they're starting to garner a little bit more damage with the additional levels. People are actually finishing, like, their first items as well. That's definitely helpful. Oh, Rubik's got some tranquils, the speed. How many smokes we got? We got 1 smoke on Rubik. I don't know if they're ready for Sammy Boy yet, though. I think we're still going to steer clear of the snake.
It's very much that, like, bristleback factor where it's like, okay, if we fight, ignore the Medusa, you know? Well, they're going to throw a Yules. I think they're just baiting TPs here. Monster does have 4 heroes smoked behind him. Unfortunately, he gets saved by the Pressy attack. Nicely played here, and now they're going to turn on Ocean. Ocean's going to go down in the Shaker. Sammy Boy, he's stone gazed, but
These guys got plays.
disengaged.
That was
Yeah.
nice. That was a really nice play altogether. Like the faith he had in the stand-in, no less, to save him there.
Well, unfortunately, they don't really have a good answer for this Deuce, and now with Batrider Gunner showing up, he's going to help set the kill on Ixter. He wants Lucifer as well.
Rax just comes out from like their side of the jungle. Shu doesn't know what hit him.
Yep. He's just trying to get mana for a roar here, but looks like they're just going to get a few kills, pick them off one by one, and this is the first time it feels like 4Zoomers have actually grouped up together.
Yeah, power starting to show, and Sammy Boy says, all right, it's time. Come on. I'm giving the old Aegis. Brax, where's my aura? Thank you. And contesting, not looking so great. They could go for a YOLO play if they want here. I think they know what's happening.
I think they imagine they might feel like they have to go for YOLO play. Monster's in the neighborhood, so he's got the Astral Steps, but he's going to need some vision. Lies shows up as well, so they start by going on Gunner here. He doesn't get the BKB off until he's half health, but that's going to be enough to keep him alive for now. Still getting pretty low to the Riki. Lies is trying to bring him down, but Lies, without a BKB, very hard for him to fight in the Firefly. The Jewel, sorry, going to actually bring down the Bat Rider there, and Monster not done. He's just manning up once again. He's looking really good with his Void Spirit.
Yeah, that was a fully level 4 Fisher, too.
No Astral Steps, though. And Sammy Boy's just hard committing for Roche. Can Monster get an Astral Step up? 1 second. He's going in with the pulse. Oh, so close. Monster doesn't have mana now. Okay, he gets it. No, the impetus. No.
Oh, he went for the kill. Acer. Maybe he must not have seen the pit. Oh my god, the Fisher came up and he threw it like the exact moment he could have stolen Roche. So close.
That was close. You know, it looked like this was over, but they're definitely putting up a fight now. I kind of wish we'd seen this kind of 5ManMidas like 10, 15 minutes ago, but how they're playing the game now is exactly how they needed to play this game.
Are they West Coast? Do you know these guys?
I do not know.
I don't know either. I mean, they might just be waking up, you know. These are Dota, NA Dota pub players. You know, let's be real. They probably are just waking up. Every time we roll on this broadcast, Jenkins looks like he rolled out of bed about half an hour before. So, you know, it's what, like 3:30 on West Coast? That's basically what we run by for the NA pub service. So these guys have just gotten out of bed. They're warming up. Probably going to have some coffee between game 1 and game 2.
I've heard Jenkins talk about how he needs to get himself a hairdryer so that he could sleep in 15 minutes longer in the morning.
That's morning in air quotes for him, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to jump in and try and force a fight here. They're putting matters into their own hands. They break the Aegis. 5ManMidas are not waiting to see their buildings fall. They're just going in. Sammy Boy, though, has got the Stone Gaze. He's being taunted for now. He is going to get the Stone Gaze out, and the Roar coming in to help bail him out. Monster in all sorts of trouble on the Void Spirit, but it looks like 5ManMidas trying to disengage here. The Riki, unfortunately, gets caught by a fissure. Saved by the Presti attack, backing off. Only Monster dead so far, but the lasso out. Surely, that's a second kill, and they want more. Gunner trying to chase onto the high ground here. Won't successfully get the Rubik, but they will get the Riki.
And we'll be able to tell by how fast they GG and the likelihood of getting their player back for game 2. You know, maybe the exam.
True.
Maybe he's got some time here. So if they can just hold out a little while longer.
Yeah, the instructions are to. They should have picked like a really late game, you know.
Oh, we got a
defend high
Techies
ground
pick
drop.
today, guys. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, Zoom is seeing an opening to go high ground. They're going to start hitting this tier 3 bottom tower with Sammy Boy.
Oh man, this Bat Rider's so terrifying at this point. This is what Riki wants, that Octarine core. I gotta say that's the fresh meme, man. These late game Riki Octarine cores, that's a 10 out of 10 build right there. And your hero's got a real problem. Any Agi hero's buying that. An issue.
Oh, for sure. 5ManMidas smoke up. Perhaps one of their last big plays they're going to be making. It looks like 4Zoomers seem to have an idea of this. They are grouping up. Brax is going to pop it.
Haven't we all done this move?
Yep. 5-man Desperation smoking. They do get the Jewel off on Ocean's Earthshaker, but he's still alive for now. Is going to end up going down to Monster, who's committed his second Astral Step. He's going to be careful. No Astral Steps left from Monster on the Void Spirit, but it looks like they're chasing other heroes. Gunner doesn't actually catch Monster there. Instead, it looks like he's going to find Lucifer as well as Shu on the Venom. So a couple of kills likely to go for Masuma's way with the Roar coming out. They've caught Monster, who did manage to re-engage here. Have they got an answer to this Medusa? It looks like Sammy Boy's just holding his ground and right-clicking his way through this one. Lies, unfortunately, on the Riki is going to go down. That's the big carry Riki. That's really the hope for 5ManMidas to turn this game around. And Gunner on the backlines is just wreaking havoc with this Octarine core. There's no answers.
The real hero there by standing next to the Medusa. She just lifestealed through that entire Venom ulti.
Yeah.
Like, basically lost nothing. Way to go, Brax.
Give those auras.
Quality Dota 2 right there. Well, yep, it's things have gone as expected from the 10-minute mark, but again, as you pointed out, you know, they had some actual plays here from like 15 to 25 minutes. They had moments where they definitely outperformed the expectations I would have had from them, judging by how things had started out. So yeah, we're probably going to a game 2 pretty soon, but these guys, they got something. Perhaps they could find some heroes that are a little easier to like enable pushes and stuff too, because we saw the ease at which Zoomers took their towers. They didn't even have that option on 5ManMidas.
Oh yeah, those tier 1s drop so incredibly fast, and that's definitely I think got to be a point of emphasis for game 2 is just how did we get crushed in the lanes so hard? Like Enchantress is probably the #1 reason, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that fanned out, but it just felt like this game was too straightforward from the lanes for Zoomers.
Yeah, giving like Ancient Beastmaster like that is a big recipe for disaster. Ancient Beastmaster and Batrider too. Like I feel like that's a hero that once those first couple towers go down and he gets that Boots of Travel, the game's just over. That's like there's like nothing he likes more than that, right? That's so much space to farm on the map for him. So much space in the lanes.
Can they bring down this Medusa? They go charging in. They get the Jewel off. Sammy Boy getting very low. He does have a Stone Gaze, but he gets lassoed by his ally. Oh, the save! The flaming lasso save. Sammy Boy
All right,
gets pulled out by the Axe Shard. I've seen it all.
Well, that's the first time I've seen that one actually utilized. All right, very nice.
Yeah. For a second, I was like, oh, right, where's his Rubik flying in from with the stolen lasso? But no, it's just Gunner. Well, now he's going to go aggressive. That 20-second cooldown on the shard allowing him to follow up with a kill. Even less the cooldown, I guess, with the Octarine Core. So 15-second cooldown with the lasso save.
All right, same is coming for the Ender. Found a DD. Gonna keep Brax a little closer to himself this time. No life steal there. You can see the difference.
Yeah.
They actually had a chance of killing her. Of course, there's no Spirit Vessel charges right now either, unfortunately. That would be huge for them right now if they could get that.
And maybe making go on Sammy Boy once again. It feels like he's going to be the high ground boss. He's just going up high ground 1 versus 4, it looks like. He's split-shotting down the Ricky. And yeah, that's a problem. That's going to be GG, I can only imagine. Extra on the Rubik, doing a good job just sitting back, getting some good spells off. He's definitely played well, but things were just a bit too unwinnable after the first 10 minutes this game.
Yeah, they were pretty stagnant for the first, 10 minutes. You know, they basically just had to react to everything that the Zoomers did because their heroes were so much faster. And their own opportunities, maybe there were some months for them to try smoke plays and everything, but they at least couldn't get on the same wavelength for that. So, just looked a little bit rough. I mean, that's perhaps a Legion issue too. You know, this hero, hard to make those plays before the first item, but then the first item tends to just be either mobility or the blade mail, which is like, on the one hand, if you get the mobility, then it's like, okay, now we can get duels, but then they're lacking damage because they're so far behind. If you go blade mail, then you still haven't really solved the actual initiation problem. So the Purge is great of the Legion Commander, but she's not really an actionable hero here, and there was a lot on the shoulders of Monster this game.
Well, they're going to go running in. 5ManMidas. Same. It feels like deja vu. It's
Yeah,
once
it really
again
does.
Sammy Boy getting jumped. Where's the Batrider with the save? Sammy Boy, he's not even dying here. The Blink Echo promotion is perfect. The Gunner, it's going to just rock up for some cleanup kills. They do lose the Shaker in the process here, but it looks like Gunner should be able to, with the help of Sammy Boy.
I was wondering who he was going to
There we go.
lasso. I knew it was someone.
Yeah. Pulls Husky to the high ground with him. And you can see, 4Zoom is definitely having some fun, playing with a bit of swagger, some
Oh,
cockiness.
that was fully tactical. I mean,
Yeah.
just like this one. Here
Oh,
we go,
yes.
Brax.
Yes. He buys the Ghost Scepter. He was ready.
I've played an NA Dota for years.
There's another lasso in 5 seconds. He's going to lasso some more teammates here.
As I think they might be waiting for the exam. Just a thought.
Oh, yeah, they're not GGing, even with 5 dead. Oh, no. Husky, get the Ghost Scepter. He doesn't have the gold.
GG. Wow. Lucifer is a stand-in of honor. Didn't even take the duel win.
Nope.
That was free.
No stat padding here.
No.
Oof.
Happens to
Yeah,
the best of us.
Not a whole lot to say about this one. I guess my question is kind of like, with 4Zoom, it's definitely not a polished game for them, but they obviously didn't need it to be polished. Are you,
Yeah.
worried about how they're going to face up against other teams in the future based on what you see here?
No, I mean, we kind of discussed their problem a little bit before in terms of like they've already played a lot of the bigger teams, and unfortunately some of those didn't go so well for them. So outside of those matchups, I mean, they looked really good here. I think they knew they had such a massive lead that sure they made some mistakes, right? They were like a little bit too spread out perhaps at times, but they always knew that this game was going to be in the bag. So I think 5ManMidas though, I just want to see like them enabled a little bit easier for movement at the start of the game, because they looked like they were just like walking through mud through most of this one.
I'd like to see him also go to one of like two extremes. Either go all in on doing something
Yes.
cheesy and gimmicky, or just play like super standard normal Dota. Like pick meta stuff, play the most standard lanes. You've got to stand in. You can't do anything like unique, I feel like, unless it is full on cheese. So
Right.
We'll see what they have for game number 2. Right now, things not looking too hot for them as we head back to the panel after a quick break.